Okay, amazing. So we've had some technical glitches today, something to do with Facebook, Zoom, and groups. But we're here and we're recording, and obviously this is now downloaded and you're all watching it. So hello on replay. I have a very, very special guest here today, member in the spotlight, and it is Phoenix, 21st century Oracle. And Phoenix is a clear channel, a channel for you to step into your true soul freedom. And I know from experience that Phoenix is phenomenal at what she does. And I'm so excited to be chatting today all about channeling and life and all the things in between. So yeah, very warm welcome, Phoenix.
Oh, thank you. That was so beautiful. Thank you. Ah, yeah. Thank you, Tonya. And I think it's so cool to be here in your sacred soul space. What a gathering of beautiful souls on the planet at this time. Just amazing. Yeah.
Really, really wonderful to have you. Thank you so much. So I want to ask you, I want to take you all the way back to the beginning, really, and ask you, like, how did this happen? How did you get into this? Were you born like this, or did it occur when you were, teenage? What went on for you? Because I find it always fascinating to hear other people's stories about this.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because it's really, I feel it's your gift, it's my gift, it's everyone probably in Sacred Soul Space's gift. But
Mm,
where do you place that in the world? Where does it begin? And how much do we compress it and repress it based on social norms?
yeah.
That was certainly my experience as a child. I know I had a natural gift. It was just there. I knew I was different. I knew I was doing different things to the other kids at school. I was more intuitive, I suppose more empathic, probably a bit more naughty, but very, psychic and attuned and knew things that I know others didn't know. So I knew to button up, I knew to be quiet about it. But I was really blessed because I had a lovely mummy who I suppose was a bit of a hippie, we'd go to Greenpeace rallies and she was an environmental scientist and we'd sit in nature together and her wildlife garden and she encouraged the gift. She didn't shut me down. So that's
Mm,
key. She didn't shut me down. Um, but I shut me down and society shut me down for sure. So I'd say over time, I just turned into that normal teenager, that just wanted to, go out and party and block everything out. Whereas inside me, there was this amazing soul gift. And I
mm,
had no idea because there was no one there to hold that and form that and support that and nurture that and bring that crystalline truth through. So
mm.
the gift was sort of wonky. It was like, oh, I saw something odd over there, or I had
Yeah.
this dream, or, it was all kind of wonky and scattered and all over the place.
Mm,
And the way I understand that, Tonya, is that because our culture has demonized through obviously the years of the religion and now the science, has sort of either woo-wooed or literally made bad or a joke of the intuitive gifts of the soul, which are a natural, instinctual, necessary pathway for every living human being to experience gnosis with divine spirit, because it's been woo-wooed and put in sort of wizard and crystal shops. People are like, that's not for me. I don't want that.
yeah.
The truth is, as you know, the truth is, it's who you are. It's an awakening to your heart and your soul, your pineal gland, yogically. Did
Mm.
you know this, right? This is so interesting, Tonya, that um, the pineal gland, which is your third eye in the center of your brain, you have three eyes, right? You've got two eyes
Yeah.
to look and one to see. But that pineal gland in the center there, that registers light.
Yes. Yes.
Why does,
Yeah.
why is there an eye in the center of the brain
Yeah.
registers light? Isn't it interesting?
It's fascinating. Yeah.
It's fascinating. The ancient Egyptians knew this, it's on all their hieroglyphs and the Eye of Horus, and it's there in the center of the
Yeah.
brain.
Yeah. Yeah.
The reason is because when you open the heart center, it sends the light of the divine consciousness to the third eye and opens the third eye. So it opens to the light of consciousness. So it is your way to not just know something psychically, but to know yourself, to connect with your soul freedom, to connect with your guidance, and to literally not listen to the peanut gallery out there, the news, the media, people who say, oh, you can't be this or you shouldn't be this. It's a deep reference for that which you are and where you come from and the soul of who you are, soul journey and your soul path. So it may come wonky through your life like it did for me, but with discipline and focus, it can become your absolute mastery. Yeah, that's what I want to say.
Yes, brilliantly articulated, I think, as well, because I think you're right. It does, like, it comes through wonky until you like bring in intention and you play with it and you work with it and you use it to like amplify your life. And
That's
yeah,
it. That's it, Tonya. And obviously you're in mastery with that. And I'm a student of Tonya's in her business mentorship. And she's absolutely changing my life at the moment in a whole other way because she's using those gifts to implement change, spiritual change, but in terms of service and work and leaving one's legacy in the world. That is an intuitive knowing that you are here to do. It is a calling. Do you agree? It's a calling.
yeah,
You cannot do it.
couldn't not do it, no. And yeah, thank you for saying that's really lovely. And you know, I'm learning and receiving and exploring, and yeah, like it's amazing, and it's amazing for me too. So thank you. Yeah, very much so. And it is a calling, isn't it? I mean, and I
Yeah.
don't think it's something I don't think it's something really that you would choose. Like it's not an easy path. It's not an easy path, is it? Especially at the beginning, I think, when you're kind of trying to work it out and you're separating yourself from others and actually claiming it, it feels really quite lonely, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Ow. Yeah. And what was your gift as a child? Was it the more psychic or was it empathic or where were you?
Quite psychic and very clear on mediumship, really strong mediumship skills when I was little, but also a lot of sort of psychic stuff. Premonitions would come through about, you know, big disasters I would know about before they happened, that kind of thing.
Wow.
But also there was a lot of, yeah, like play in the woods and in nature with fairies and um,
Yes.
you know, and I think that really sort of, now I look back, that was really quite a fundamental part of me understanding the more, like the more that surrounds us, and that I'm now tapping into. Um,
Yeah.
Now I'm using that and you know accessing it, but for a long time I didn't. Yeah,
Oh, and what a thing to realize because
yeah,
uh, imagine if all girls and boys could tap into that and be nurtured in that from a very young age.
yeah,
What a different world we'd be in.
totally. How
Oh,
much peace we'd have, really.
yeah.
You know, we would be so connected and so in trust that and so yeah, whole, I guess, isn't it? It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
separate.
Oh, yeah. That's it. It brings wholeness. So
Yeah,
you could call it a gift of divine feminine, but I don't want to be gender specific because I work with divine masculine and divine feminine and the oneness, right? To me, the creator, the divine, the all that is God's source universe. Um, but
yeah.
the divine feminine is the aspect in all of us that takes us inwards,
Mm,
us into intuition, to listening to the soul, to the heart, to the feelings, to the knowing. Knowing, you know,
no.
you absolutely know. And all these psychological tests where they're like, oh no, people don't know. Their intuition's wrong, their instinct's wrong. Yeah,
Yeah.
but they're not actually taught to listen. So they might be coming through wonky.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm 100%, but I think it's 75%, 25%. I feel it's about that. You know, that's what the stage I'm at. I feel that that's a very, I feel that is mastery. You know, to really be like, I'm going to step into this. It feels right. And maybe it isn't 100% right, but I know I'm going in the right direction. I know the right way to go. And,
Yeah.
and the path reveals itself as we do so. Yeah.
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 And I think everybody's got this, don't they? But you know,
Yeah.
like we were saying, it's shut off and we don't listen and we're taught to ignore it, to button it up.
Yeah, be quiet. What were you talking about? Yeah, what?
Yeah, totally. And what you like, how can people access it more, do you think? You know, do you, yeah, what's your kind of recommended route for people that are interested in, like, they know that they're here for more, they know that they're here to access more,
Yeah.
and they don't know how to start on that, how to really feel into it.
Yeah. Ooh, that is a good question. The the sense I have of that one in this moment is you need to understand the difference between the external world and the internal realm. And that we're all creating the external world for thousands of years from an external sense of self, an sense of validation, an external sense of qualification, an external sense of, oh, I'll build something outside myself to succeed. And hey, that's great. Like, you know, you want to build a house, you need bricks, you need tiles, you need a chimney. That's external. Yes, but when your entire life comes from that external expression, action, orientation, validation,
Mm.
you ignore constantly and consistently the inner realm, the feelings, the knowing, the gnosis, the intuition, because you think you're just a body, because that's what science said. And religion said, ignore the body because it's not holy. And intuition and divine guidance actually says the opposite. It says, you are a divine being of light. You are a soul. You have a body temporarily.
Yeah.
So the access for you for a full human life is through your body, but knowing you're not the body and listening to that divine guidance. And that's where your soul freedom is. Through every pattern, and I'm on a journey. I wake up in the morning, I do my practices every day, I connect with that inner temple. I'm not saying I've got it done, like
Yeah.
it's a journey. But
Yeah.
you can connect, right? I know, you know, it's funny because you show up daily like a vibrant rainbow. You know, it's like that isn't just all of who you are. You're also, you know, we all are. We've also got a trauma story. We've also got a shadow. We've also got difficulties in life and problems and things to face and world problems.
Mm. Oh, I've lost you, Phoenix.
Now coming back into that, am I there? I know something just
Yeah,
flashed.
yeah.
It's coming back into the actually the only control. I say that in the most beautiful way, though, you actually have of reality, which is that you build your house from the inside out, not the outside in.
Yeah.
You start to build that house just like
Yeah.
you would build a house out there with bricks and chimneys and yeah, it could be stunning. You could build this stunning house out there, but be empty inside.
Yeah.
You could move into that house and be like, oh my God, I'm with the wrong man. That's what happened to me. Oh my God, I'm with the wrong man. And I can't conceive a child and all these things that happened because actually I was chasing something external. I wasn't with my soul. I wasn't with my heart. I knew 100% that was the wrong man for me. And I do thank God I didn't have a child with that person, which is difficult to say, but as life transpires, you work it out, right?
Yeah.
My journey has been to come within and build the house from within. And that is what I recommend to your audience.
Mm.
Without, no matter what is going on in your life, number one, you fill the sacred vessel, you fill the golden chalice, the golden cup, with divine nectar, with divine energy. You fill up, then go to Tesco's, then go and pay the council tax, then take the kids to school, then cook the kids dinner, but make yourself the highest version of you that you can every single day, and you will be guided. You'll be and I know you know this already, Tonya, but you will be guided, because the heart is a magnetic force. And the voidal fields of intelligence move through your heart, connecting you to the wider field that brings the divine field back to you in terms of guidance during your day, synchronicities, and sometimes I've had a few miracles, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's a sense of being guided.
Yes.
Ooh, it's like, oh, how did that happen? Ooh, it's magical, it's mystical.
Yeah.
And it's nature, it's your nature.
Yes.
Yeah. So that would be my number one tip to you. Yeah.
Amazing. And I know that you have been through your own roller coaster journey,
Yeah.
and coming to yourself now with all the richness and all that experience, and all that kind of well-traveled journey that you've been on. And I know that you help people to find the gold within themselves, don't you?
That's ultimately it. Yes.
Yeah.
I feel that in this new golden age that we're birthing, there are people like you, people like I, and others that are channels, intuitives, here to guide others. But ultimately, we're guiding them to themselves.
Yeah.
And in the future, no one will actually need the guidance from anyone. We'll all be so deeply connected, root to crown to soul star. We'll all be so on the unique soul pathway. We'll want each other, we'll relate, we'll connect, we'll share, yes, but ultimately we'll all be awakened.
Yeah.
And right now we've got to heal the traumas, and we've got to heal, it's not sexy, it's yuck, it's painful sometimes. We've got to look at those places within us that are, I'm like most people. I was raised in a council house. My parents divorced. I was raised on Blue Peter and Weetabix and Cheerios, microwave cakes, fish fingers and toast. There's a level of consciousness there, even if your mum's alternative and, open, like we were, in a level of consciousness that was, school, GC, uniforms, expectations, and just unraveling school can take years, right? Opening to the full beauty of your radiance, your spirit, your body, and your heart, and your knowing. It's a journey. So the initiations are necessary for every soul. And if you get that in your head and understand that, and then anchor it down into your heart, this thing you're feeling isn't you're not being punished. This difficult thing hasn't happened to you because you're being punished, and I should have it all together. And like in the adverts and the TV and the celebrity, it's like, or the neighbor, or it's like, no. Your soul has come to this earth with a mission, with a path at this time to learn certain lessons, gifts, teachings. Be open to more, bloom, unfold into more of who you are, and remember your gifts earth side. Because once you remember your gifts and that you're an infinite being, it doesn't bother you so much what's going on in the world. You're like, I'm just here at this time for this.
Yeah. And you're trusting that everything is working out, and everything is all divine timing.
Yeah. Do you get that, Tonya?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and quite liberating.
Yeah, it's liberating, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I
Not
have
getting caught up in that, the, s-
Mm.
the tightness and the minutiae is very liberating, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. I bumped into someone once, this gorgeous guy, and he said something like, we're micromanaging everything.
Mm,
And that micro, even that word micro, it's so like E, isn't it? Like
yeah.
we're all trapped in that. But actually, when you open to that full consciousness within you, there's no micromanaging anything. You're just like, it's a flow state, isn't it? You're
Mm,
like,
total. Yeah, total.
it's so beautiful.
Real allowing and surrendering and yeah,
Yeah,
being. Yeah,
being. Yeah, Tonya, that's it.
just being, isn't it? Yeah. So I want to talk about your work specifically, Phoenix. Who do you work with? What do you help them with?
Mm.
Yeah, tell us all about that part of your life.
Thank you. I work with the shining ones. They're shining and they know they're here for the deeper path and the soul awakening for a golden age.
Mm,
That's who I work with. So their jobs and status and everything can be, I've worked with doctors, I've worked with artists, I've worked with visionaries,
yeah.
I've worked with charity workers, I've worked with lawyers, it's just all layers of society, but they're all the same in one way, is that they're the shining ones.
Mm,
They know they're here for something. They know the world is changing in different ways, and they know they're here to contribute. And they know it's in their body, heart, and soul to heal, create, offer something. So, as a channel, I'm essentially an oracle. So that
mm,
means accessing the higher gnosis. I'll always refer to that as she for me,
mm,
the higher guidance that supports others to see that pathway and what
mm,
is involved, like a mandala in that awakening, and the shadows and blocks and past lives that are contracting
mm,
and blocking, and they're so invisible, those places, but also then remapping into that expansion using the clear channel method. So they're connecting to the energy centers in the body, they're clearing, they're awakening, they're creating a daily practice, and they're coming into union with their inner soul self. And in that, they can then step into their work in a much bigger way. Yeah.
just kind of floating off there listening to that. Really, really beautiful and very nourishing for the soul to be held by you and for people to come knowing that they have something bigger that they're here for and to be in a safe place where they can just drop away the kind of the humanness, the human difficulties and traumas and shadows and all of that, and just let it go and kind of connect fully with their light, connect with their purpose, and you help them to kind of see that clear pathway and give them, yeah,
Yeah, that
give
was well explained. Yeah,
yeah,
thank
give them the energy and the inspiration and the encouragement to know that they're here for more. So I think that's important as well, is that you do you see them for who they are, their highest selves, and connect them to it, don't you?
That's it. Yeah, that is it.
Yeah.
And and for them to understand, like when you were saying, oh, the initiations you went through,
Mm,
I'm 49 this year, and so this has been a journey of almost 30 years.
Yeah.
When I was 21, I went through the worst, the worst experience that actually became the best experience, and it's so my heart is fully in this. Like I
Mm.
I understand whatever you have been through and whoever's watching this, like I
Yeah.
understand how hard it is. And I understand that you could have taken another pathway. And I know that sometimes it's like, yeah, whoa, I'm healing. And then you're like, boom, in another spiral. And I really get it. But with the right practice and container and support,
Mm.
you can say yes to life in a whole other way and be connected to your own source and your own guidance. And yes, it's life transforming.
Yeah. I mean, just that. Say yes to life in a whole different way. And it's like, yeah, it's not just existing, it's living. It's like every cell of your body is lit up to say yes to this, like yes
Yeah.
to this whole experience,
Ah,
and yes to the fullness of it and the richness of it, and
that's it.
yeah, all of it. Like I invite it all in. And I think when you work with your clients, you then bring them into that place of wholeness so that they feel strong enough and brave enough to say, I'm here for it all. Like bring it to me. Whatever it is, all the unknowns, I
Mm.
can I can stand strong and,
Yeah.
be in that. Yeah.
And
That's
that's the word you said, remember, lit up there, because come into your body, remember like that which you are and that which you have always been and that which you are here for truly, because it's so much more than what we've been taught and
yeah.
what is sold and are sold every day. And all the media and all the everything, it wants us to think that relationships don't work, that you're going to get really sick, that you
Mm,
should have it all in some weird
mm,
capitalist exchange version of reality, and you'll never be able to achieve it, but you should have it all. There's all these markers, but when you change the marker to I accept fully my experience,
mm.
me, my heart, my soul. And when you then allow those markers to change to I'm connecting with the divine, I'm connecting with my guides, I'm connecting with the light, I'm connecting with the earth. And then that connection grows and grows and grows. And that is the new earth. Yeah, that's what we're here to birth.
Yes, indeed. That is just, I mean, yeah, just magical. And I can feel that so strongly connecting with you here today, Phoenix. Just beautiful. Um, so, how can people find you?
Yes, so please do join my free Facebook, Soul Freedom Sanctuary. So if you look on Facebook, Soul Freedom Sanctuary, there's updates and live calls in there every month. Or if you'd like to work with me one-to-one in a deeper way, just drop me a DM for a free discovery call. And yeah, we can have a chat, no obligations. But yeah, let's connect and see if we're a fit.
Fab. And you can drop the links as well
Yeah.
in the below this video. Amazing. Thanks so much, Phoenix. It's
Oh,
joy, an absolute joy.
thanks, Tonya. I just absolutely love working with you. And for anyone out there who's thinking about working with Tonya and say, oh, maybe you've got to work with Tonya. She'll absolutely change your mindset completely on sacred business and offerings. You've got to work with her. It's like going from a donkey to a rainbow sparkly unicorn. You know, you change.
I
Work.
love that analogy.
It's true. And it takes you into another timeline of possibility with your business. She's extremely good. Yeah, go for it.
Very lovely of you. Thank you very much for saying that, Phoenix. It's very gratefully received, and thank you. And just on that note of mutual appreciation, I do just to say to everyone that Phoenix is an exceptionally radiant. I know that you'll already know this and feel this from this chat, but she has a very clear vision and a very clear channel, and will bring you what you need. Is quite extraordinary. So yeah. So yeah, do get in touch with a Phoenix as well. She is quite amazing. Phoenix, it's been an absolute joy, an absolute pleasure, and yeah, just love connecting with you and being with you.
It's a great time. Thanks, Tonya. That was magical.
Lots and lots of love.
Okay, bye-bye, sweetie. Bye.